Batman is literally everywhere right now, and Legacy of the Dark Knight proved that fans are hungry. Not just for Batman content, but Batman done right. Dark, serious, cinematic, but also goofy. And the response was massive. So you think LEGO would be capitalizing on that harder than ever. But they're not. Right now at the peak of LEGO Batman's popularity, LEGO is releasing sets that feel like they were designed by someone who never really cared about the character. Overpriced, underwhelming, completely disconnected from the moment they're supposed to be writing. And nobody is really asking why. Because this isn't bad luck, it's not a one-off mistake, there's a specific reason LEGO keeps fumbling its biggest opportunities. And once you see it, you'll never look at the release schedule the same way. Here's where we need to start. When Legacy of the Dark Knight dropped, the response was immediate. Fans all over social media were making tons of content about it. People who haven't bought a LEGO set in years, haven't played a LEGO game in years, were suddenly talking about this game. That is an incredibly rare window. A moment where casual fans, lapsed fans, and hardcore collectors all had their attention pointed at the same thing at one time. In marketing, that's called a demand spike. And the correct move, the obvious move, is to flood that window with a premium product. LEGO has done this multiple times before. When the first LEGO Batman game, they released a wave of sets that were based off the video game. Same with LEGO Batman 2 and a lot of the Batman movies. And during all these big releases, they matched the energy that fans were feeling. So what did LEGO release this time around? Here's where it gets frustrating. LEGO did make sets that directly tied in this game. So why are fans still complaining? So let's look at the 4 sets that directly tie to this game. Up first is 76330, the Batman logo. This set honestly looks really cool, but the bad part about it is the price tag. This set is $80 for only 678 pieces. You do get a really cool gold Batman, and with all these sets you get unique codes that tie directly to the video game. In this set, you unlocked a gold Batman in the game if you bought this set. The next 3 sets are all Batmobiles, so let's go through them. Up first is the Batman v Superman Batmobile. This set costs $30 and has 220 pieces. I personally think this set is really cool because you get the Batman vs Superman Batman that we haven't seen in a long time. Up next is the Batman and Robin Batmobile, and this set is also $30 for 272 pieces, and the figure in this set is also amazing. And the last set is the Matt Reeves Batmobile. This set costed $30 as well, 330 pieces, and you get a really cool, highly detailed Batman figure. So you may be thinking, what's the problem with this? All these sets are really good and high quality. The problem with these sets is there is no variety. In this game, you play through so many missions, get so many unique characters that you all want in real LEGO sets. But the problem, there's none of that. All 4 of these sets that tie directly to this game only come with Batman figures. You don't get Talia al Ghul, you don't get Catwoman, you don't get Nightwing, you don't get Robin, you don't get Commissioner Gordon. You get none of that. And that's been a big problem for LEGO Batman for a while now. All we seem to be getting is Batmobiles. While I do think these Batmobiles are amazing, we just want a variety of sets. It's just hard to be satisfied with the LEGO Batman sets that are out on shelves right now when you take a look at when they released the LEGO Batman movie. There was a plethora of sets based directly off the movie and had so many unique characters that fans have been wanting for decades. And even looking back at LEGO Batman 1, those are some of the most iconic LEGO sets that LEGO has ever made. And even LEGO Batman 2, a lot of the sets weren't directly based off the game, but the character designs from those sets were. LEGO's made incredible Batman sets before, so the capability is there. The question is, why aren't they doing it? The part that most people don't talk about, LEGO's production development cycle is roughly 18 to 24 months from concept to shelf. That means the sets sitting in stores right now were designed before Legacy of the Dark Knight was even playable. So in one sense, LEGO isn't being lazy, they're just structurally slow. But that excuse only goes so far, because LEGO isn't a smaller operation. They have licensing relationship with DC, they have trend forecasters, they have sales data that goes back decades telling them that Batman spikes always come in waves tied to media. The smart play would be having the foresight to understand that this game was going to be massive, and therefore make a bunch of sets based off the game. Instead, what fans got are 3 Batmobiles and a Batman logo that is overpriced. These sets don't have much correlation to the game and don't recreate any of the missions. And fans can feel that. Maybe they can't articulate it, but they feel the mismatch. And that's exactly why the reception has been lukewarm despite the IP being peak popularity. So if LEGO knows this is a problem, why is it happening across multiple themes and not just Batman? Batman isn't the only example of this. LEGO has repeatedly been at the right place at the wrong time. The pattern looks like this. A property at its cultural peak, LEGO releases a mid-tier product, the window closes, and then 2 years later, good sets show up and nobody's paying attention anymore. It happens with certain Marvel properties, it happens with elements of the Star Wars line, and now it's happening with Batman. The underlying issue is that LEGO optimizes for safety over timing. A $30 LEGO Batman set carries low financial risk, while making multiple big playsets is a big bet. And if the hype is moved on by the time it ships, it looks like a failure, even if the product is great. So LEGO plays it conservative during the peak and premium once the hype has already died down. For the business, it's probably a defensible decision. For the fan, it feels like betrayal. Here's the bottom line. LEGO isn't failing their fans just because they don't care. LEGO is failing them because their system isn't built to stay up with the speed of culture. And until that changes, we're going to keep getting decent sets when we should be getting legendary ones. And if you want to understand more about how LEGO is fumbling their biggest opportunities, I made a whole video about LEGO Star Wars right here. You can click it. Or if you want to know how LEGO fumbled its best themes, click this video right here where I talk about the best LEGO themes that just disappeared. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.